guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Welcome back to part 2 of my new head scratcher project. I picked this up a while back. You guys know the story. Watch yesterday's episode, but this has become a head scratcher. While this started just fine, it ran very rough. Then I took the carburetor apart, tried to get it going again, and now it won't even start. I messed with the Magneto. I put a lawn tractor Magneto on there, but I have a feeling that I should have the original one because this one tested at 10.5 ohms. This one only tested at 7.5 ohms. While it's over 2.5, maybe, because this is all rusted up, maybe if I grind this up, it might help. I don't know. I'm going to also take this apart and check the keyway of the flywheel to see if maybe the key is sheared. Maybe. Short of that, I might just buy a new carburetor and put it on and see what happens, but I'm a little frustrated because this thing started yesterday. After I messed with it, it doesn't start at all now. I mean, maybe from blowing all the fluid in here, the spark plug was wet and it won't ignite, you know. This has been sitting in the garage overnight, and we'll see if it fires up after overnight drying, you know, maybe. But first, I'm going to the church to try to sell another mower. Let's see what happens. So I sold that push mower with the bagger. I had it listed for $135. The guy asked if I would take $125. Honestly, just want it out. Flip it, get rid of it fast. $125. Awesome. Shout out to Victor Eddington, a longtime subscriber from Knoxville, Tennessee, who bought a sticker. Thanks for supporting the channel. As well as John Conti from Addison, Illinois, who bought 2 stainless steel stickers. Keep those sticker sales coming, guys. Keeps me motivated to keep doing videos every day. Remember, I don't have a job. If you'd like to donate $1 or 2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Every little bit counts. Thank you so much. Okay, I've got my tool trolley out. Let's just give it a pull and see what happened overnight. Let's hope it starts. So it started after a couple of pulls. It still wasn't very easy. I thought about doing the valves because usually the valves may prevent it from starting easily. I found out last night that I actually did the valves on one of these before, so I know the valve clearances are 4 1/1000s on both exhaust and intake. So let me mess with this governor because the governor I adjusted yesterday and I think it's still revving too high. Let's see if it starts up again right away. It looks like it starts now. Maybe I'll, maybe because the spark plug was wet from all that carb cleaner, you know? While it was running, used vice grips onto the governor shaft, held it, loosened the nut so that the governor lever on the shaft would move, adjusted it to the right RPMs by ear, held it there, tightened the bolt, and then adjusted with the tab that loosens or gives the spring more give, you know, the tension. So while it now is at proper RPMs, it's still hard to start. It was just running, right? Has been running. Won't start back up again easily. So even though I think that when we change the Magneto, it doesn't run rough anymore, as if there's no spark, you know what I mean? We haven't seen that yet. So I think we'll just keep the Magneto where it is. Let's take the valve cover off and check the valve clearances, because that will contribute to how easy or how hard it is for this thing to pull start. I really shouldn't be doing this now because I just ran it. It's hot. Apparently we now have to take apart the spark plug out because I want to check for top dead center. It's hard to do when everything is still there. I'm gonna take the spark plug out and stick a screwdriver in there. I made it easier. I took the shroud off. It's so easy to take off, so I just took it off. Remove the spark plug and stick the screwdriver into this hole. I'm looking for the magnet that's right around here. Usually you get close when the magnet is about there. And it starts to go back down. Right there is top dead center. Let's see. It's pretty tight, so I think this is the exhaust stroke. Let's go one more revolution to find the compression stroke. Okay, that's compression stroke. Nope, that's the exhaust stroke. So I think that it's kind of tight. That's compression stroke. So let me get a feeler gauge. We'll see how much this is out of whack. So I've got my feeler gauge at 4/1000ths. The bottom one here, which is the can't even tell the way it's shaped, but the bottom one should be the intake and the top should be exhaust, but either way it's the same, 4, right? The top one is very tight, so I have to loosen the top one a little and I have to tighten the bottom one. How does that happen, you know what I mean? So I've got it at 4/1000ths on both sides. Got a little bit of a boo-boo there. So I think that'll be good. It wasn't too bad, so I don't know if that was it, you know. But gotta try it. I figure while we're here, let's check the key. He looks good. I'll show you. I don't know how you guys are gonna see this. You see that? Put the cup and the nut back on. Put the valve cover back on. Put the spark plug back in. Put the cowling back on now. Like I said, it's very easy. Boom. Boom. I hope I don't take this damn thing off again, you know? I was surprised to see that it ran today. Because I was pulling it like crazy yesterday, and it wouldn't start at all. I pulled it so much that I'm surprised I'm not blind. You guys get that? Okay, so we checked the flywheel key, it's good. Did the valve clearances. Fixed the RPM on the governor. Will it start easily? No. 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 So, it starts when it wants to, actually. I had to hold the choke flap closed for it to start. So I have a feeling if I just bought a new carburetor, I think it would work. What I remember when I cleaned the carburetor was, I didn't take out the emulsion tube. And I've seen in some videos where the emulsion tube, you have to actually take a screwdriver, stick it up into the mouth of the carburetor and push down to push the emulsion tube out. And there's tiny little holes that might have gotten clogged. I'm gonna try to do that now. I'm gonna take this whole thing apart again.
Oh my God, what a fucking nightmare!
So I took everything apart. There is no emulsion tube in there. It's just that little jet. It's just that. There's no emulsion tube in there. I wonder if the other one had that. Strange. This is the original one that went in there. Isn't that strange? I find that strange. As long as I got this apart, maybe I should try the ultrasonic cleaner, huh? I'm gonna take everything apart then, try the ultrasonic cleaner. Boy, oh boy, am I annoyed. It's getting ready to use my 2-liter ultrasonic cleaner for a change, and I had to empty it because I had old stuff in it, you know what I mean? Then I couldn't find the power cord to this damn thing, you know? So I had to go search around for one that's similar, you know? It has the same ones, you know? Your typical ones that look like that, you know? So anyway, I found an extra one. It seems to work. I'm gonna turn it on, and we'll do, you know, high temperature or whatever. Anyway, instead of Purple Power, instead of Super Clean, I've got this bore solvent and ultrasonic gun cleaner, especially made for ultrasonic cleaners, from my friends over at Lucas Oil. I'm going to try it for the first time. This stuff is pretty expensive. The 16-ounce ones, I'm not sure how much it is, but it's not cheap. I'm just gonna pour the whole bottle in here. I think I might have to mix this with water. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna read the instructions. What? Henry, read instructions? What, are you crazy? As you can see, that 16 ounces didn't even go a third of the way up to the line, so I'm not gonna put that expensive stuff in there. I could just concentrate it and put water in there, but even better, I'm gonna fill it up with Super Clean. I'm sorry, Purple Power. No water, just straight up solvent. I have to use up this Purple Power anyway. I don't really use it. So I've got Super Clean to use. Man, oh man, that's like making some kind of chemical reaction there, fellas. I hope it doesn't blow up. It's like milky now. Not purple at all. So I turned it on. Some people told me to use the basket. I'm like, what difference does it make, you know? They're like, if you don't use the basket, it won't work. I'm like, really? Anyway, just gonna try this. You put this here, put that there. So I took the emulsion tube out of this one. This one had one. That's weird, huh? Either way, this one's dirty. Just gonna chuck it in here. Okay, it says 15 minutes left, but I actually added another 30, so it's been in here for like 45, 50 minutes. So I'm gonna just shut it off. I'm sure it's very slippery. I'm going to blow all this stuff out with an air compressor. And that needs to be clean out. Here's carburetor. All right, so that carburetor, out of that milky substance, kind of dried up a little bit of white chalkish kind of a substance on it. So I had to blow it out and use carb spray and clean it all out again. I guess it's okay. I don't know, I'm not much for ultrasonic cleaners. I just find it much more thorough and cleaner if you just take everything apart and use carb spray and needles and clean it yourself by hand. It's much faster too. I didn't have to wait around for almost an hour and then cleaning it up afterwards. So I'm not big on ultrasonic cleaners, but whatever, I tried it, We used bore solvent too, that's made for ultrasonic cleaners and didn't even add any water. I mean, that's like super slippery stuff, with 2/3 of purple power in there, not concentrated, So I mean, if anything would work, that would work, right? So I put everything together again. Remember, this carburetor now has an emulsion tube in it. Perhaps that was the reason. Well, let's give it a start, see if it starts on the first pull. What do you guys think? I don't think so. Wow, cool. First pull. Oh yeah? Will it start now after it's been stopped? Wow. Okay guys, I've had just about enough of it. So while it starts on the first pull when it's cold, after it's running for a while and it's hot, and the choke flap is open, wide open, right? Because the muffler is hot, making this turn this way, right? To keep it open, there's a tension here with the spring because it's heated up, and it will keep the flap open. The engine is hot, but yet it won't start when this is open. It only starts when I took something and I blocked it over here so that the flap is closed. Then it'll start. But the engine's hot, so it should, you know, start. So I'm at a loss. I've just about had enough of this. Let me know in the comments, fellas. That's right, fellas. 2 days working on a Kohler Xt675 on a Toro. The only reason why I'm going through all this trouble is because I just want to figure it out, you know what I mean? The more I do it, of course, the more I'm familiar with Kohler engines, you know, but I've never had this kind of trouble with Kohlers before. I always get them going really well. Kind of boggles my mind why it's doing all this, you know? But they have like 3 kinds of, maybe even 4 kinds of carburetors for this type of thing. There's one with the black diaphragm, which I've messed with before. There are kinds that doesn't have this loopy thing here. It's just one long thing with a thing that goes like that, you know? You guys, if you mess with Kohler 675s, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like 3 or 4 different versions of the carburetor. And if you buy the wrong one, you're SOL, you know what I mean? So, look, it's been sitting here for about a while. It still doesn't want to close, you know? Let me know what you guys think. Maybe there are some Kohler experts out there, but this seems to only start on the first pull and run great when it's cold and the flap is closed. You know what I mean? If I force it though, like I put something here, right? Now the flap is closed, right? Well, I guess it doesn't want to start even with the flap closed. Insanity. Insanity. I don't understand. So I'm pretty much going to call this one a fail because short of buying a new carburetor, and honestly, I don't think it's the carburetor, but then again, that is what I said with the other head scratcher project. Maybe I will buy another carburetor just to find out, but I'll wait and see what you guys think, you know. In the meantime, I'll have to think about finding another engine for this mower because the way this sits right here, it's not going to run. Some of you guys may say, hey Henry, why don't you check the compression, right? That's true, but as you know, this engine has that really crazy spark plug that's so narrow, my compression tester doesn't fit in there, you know. It seems like it has good compression. I mean, when it's running, it runs great, you know. It's just a matter of starting, you know. We did kind of a lot to this. Pretty much all the troubleshooting that you could think of. I'm done. See you guys next. So just for the hell of it, I took the lawn tractor Kohler Magneto out, and I put the original Magneto back in again after I scraped off all the rust off the contacts, and I just put it back in there because it was the original Magneto to this mower, right? But it had a lot of rust buildup on it, so maybe that diminished the spark. So just for the hell of it, I was ready to try anything, right? Put it back in there. fix that revving. Okay, I reset the governor again. Here we go. What the hell? This is a phantom problem. It just started perfectly. So I couldn't stand it. I had to figure it out. And what I figured out was when I switched the two top things here, the two shafts with the other one, when I put the throttle plate inside, you see that it has a small hole, has two small holes. Small hole there, small hole there. Well, I had the holes over here, so that air was getting through, which is why it revs so high. So I looked at a couple of other ones, and as you can see, there's no holes where the throttle plate is. Right there, see? There's no hole. The hole is along the shaft. I don't know why they put the holes there if it's not going to be letting air in, you know? But I had the plate like this, so that the two holes were on the left and right of the shaft, letting more air in. That was the reason why I was revving so high. And because I adjusted the governor to a point where it's to the limit where it won't start, and that was the reason why. So now I've fixed this. I'm gonna put it all back and see what happens. Holy cow. I have spent all afternoon on this damn thing. Done everything to it. Finally I realized what I just explained about the throttle plate. The two holes have to be closed, not open. Here we go. Check it out. I put everything back together again. This is like the 15th time. Smooth. So now it runs smooth, starts on the first pull. It was because the governor was too forward, you know what I mean? So when it's too forward, it's not going to start a full first pull. So it has to be where it's supposed to be in relation to where all the throttle linkages are. A bend in the linkage is going to cause that linkage to be slightly shorter than normal. Everything goes into account when it comes to the proper way this functions. Took me all afternoon to figure out all this stuff, but I'll tell you what, I'm an expert at the Kohlers now because I've taken this thing apart 15 times, not to mention ultrasonic cleaning the carburetor and rebuilding it from like 2 other ones, whatever. But I wanted to get this done because it's a pretty good mower, you know what I mean? And I like these engines, so I'm glad I finally figured it out. It took me 2 days. It probably would have been just easier if I bought a new carburetor for it. But like I said, there's 4 different kinds, and you could easily buy the wrong one and then go through hell again. Anyway, now we're gonna say goodbye. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.